Yo, hey everybody, it's Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we are playing some Planet Zoo. So, the beta for Planet Zoo dropped today, and if you're unaware of what this game is about, it's from the makers of Planet Coaster. So you'll see, the game looks somewhat similar, but where Planet Coaster was kind of a reimagining of Roller Coaster Tycoon from back in the day, Planet Zoo is a reimagining of the Zoo Tycoon from back in the day. So, it's got a lot of similar feels to Planet Coaster, and I was a little worried at first that maybe this game would just be kind of a rehash of Planet Coaster, just skinned differently with animals, but I have to say, thus far, with a little bit of time I've had with the tutorial scenario, it actually feels quite a bit different. There's a lot more to the management than Planet Coaster really had, especially at the beginning, and I'm just very much enjoying it. So this game is in beta for the next 2 weeks. If you pre-ordered the game on Steam and paid, I think the extra $10, you get access to the beta yourself. There's not a whole lot in it. You can't do Sandbox mode yet. Scenario only has one scenario, which we ended up beating on the live stream, but I ended up having to delete my franchise just because there were some bugs happening. So we're going to end up doing a whole new franchise. Now, what's interesting with the franchise is you basically make money off your different zoos, and you kind of sell animals online, and then it gives you more currency so you could buy more animals and stuff like that. The only issue is I was having a lot of trouble buying animals, so I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work, but let's go ahead and start a new franchise, and we're going to call this TheGameCommon. Perfect. I am ready. I maybe could have created a new franchise without having to delete my old one, but whatever. So we got a new 100, so we're back up to 400. So it costs us 100 to buy every new zoo. We're obviously going to do grasslands in Asia because that's all we have optioned right now. So what do we want to call this one? Yeah, I think I called the other one the TheGameCommon, which doesn't really make sense because can I change the name of this? I could actually change the name of this. So maybe instead of calling this the TheGameCommon, we want to call this the TheGameCommon. And then let's hit enter on that. So then this is the TheGameCommon, and then we'll call this the TheGameCommon 1. I know, creative name, right? I'll let you guys name it. I'll let you guys throw some names in it. Dude, I like the little lion tail there in the logo. So we are playing this. The only thing I'll have to know is we're playing this in 2K. And so the only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the UI is a little small. There was a UI option here in the settings, and we originally, well, it defaults to 160, which I'm not a huge fan of because it's a little too big. Like, when you start doing things here, it was a little hard to actually see what we were trying to do. So that's why we're playing at 100. I wish there was like a 120. That would be perfect. So if it's a little too small, you guys are going to have to let me know. I might just end up playing it in 1080p at some point. But this is our zoo. One thing you'll notice is the land is freaking gigantic. Like, this thing is huge, especially considering the early Planet Coaster. I feel like this is a pretty large area to work with. And this is kind of our starting building. This is essentially just the entrance, and I guess people come in via subway or something like that. I have no idea how they end up in this random building in the middle of, you know, Asia, I guess, even though, I mean, I guess this maybe could be Asia. It kind of looks a little more like Africa to me, but whatever. So what are we going to do? Well, there's a lot going on here, so let's talk about everything that's going on. We got our zoo overview here. This gives us our reputation. It gives us our inspection report, which we have our first inspection popping out in 24 months. From what I understand, I have no idea if you can fail inspections, but I'm assuming it's based on like how clean your zoo is and stuff like that. So we'll have to pay closer attention when we get there. Then we got our opening hours. We got ticket prices, zoo land tax. I have no idea what that is. Loans, marketing campaigns. So there's a lot going on here. Our finances, got a bunch of different stuff here. All the different animals, which we can't see, but we can actually see them all through here. So we can kind of see all the different animals that are in the beta through here, which is kind of cool. Dude, I love the Timberwolves. They look so cool. Then what else? We got the staff tab where we can hire all these different people. We got research center, which it seems like the research center from what I could tell, is all about like researching diseases for animals, not to give them the diseases, but to cure the diseases if they catch it. I don't know what the workshop does yet. And then we got a bunch of different facilities and stuff like that. And this is where the game is just so freaking cool, is there's a bunch of different facilities. So if we looked at staff facilities, we got a zookeeper hut, we got a quarantine, we got a research center, we got a staff building, we got a trade center, we got veterinary surgery, we got a workshop. Then there's also power and water that you have to manage. The water kind of keeps it, like the water treatment just kind of basically cures any water that's in zone. And then the power essentially is just a transformer to extend your power range, which, you know, is kind of nice. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here, which is really cool. In addition, inside your habitats, not only do you have to give them food and water, but then sometimes they'll want shelters, you know, to find enclosures just to kind of hide. In addition to that, you also have like glass. You can like enclose them, do the enclosures with glass, but then there's also one-way glass as well as two-way glass. So you can just kind of do a lot of creative different things with the habitat. Then we also have heaters and coolers, so if we wanted to make an area super snowy or maybe super hot, depending on the biome or what animal we have, depending on what they prefer. And then we also have a bunch of different enrichments. So there's like scratching posts and stuff like that. We have food enrichments for them to, you know, play with. And then apparently no toy enrichments. I guess we don't have any of those unlocked. Maybe we need to research them. In the tutorial, you had some of those unlocked. I guess those might be just through the research. And then there's a bunch of different nature stuff. And different animals are going to want different things. So every single animal is going to want different terrain. Like they might want more rocky terrain. Some might want more short grass. Some might want more long grass. And so essentially you're trying to balance the different terrain types to make them happy. But in addition to that, you're also going to want to give them plants and stuff that they'll like that kind of comes from their whatever terrain they're from. So if they're from the rainforest, you're going to want to give them rainforest stuff. If they're from the arid desert kind of stuff, you're going to want stuff like that, you know, well, not stuff like that, but, you know, stuff that will kind of fit that terrain, you know. And I imagine this stuff's going to be more for like water, rainforest kind of stuff. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff here, and we really want to go ahead and get some animals going. My only concern was I tried doing this before and we were having some issues actually buying animals through the animal trading. I don't know if their servers are down, so I'm not 100% sure we're actually going to be able to buy any animals this episode, but we'll see. We'll see. So is this? No, that's a different path. I want to continue this path on. Is this the rustic path? It looks like it's this one. And let's see. Let's go ahead and bump up the length right away. And I think the width's going to be like 8. You know, something like that. Now, the only downside is you kind of got this double. Maybe we want to go actually out 2 different ways instead of having one main way. Maybe I just want to, like, take it 2 different ways. Whoopsie, that's the length. Yeah, like, maybe I just want to go, like, 2 separate paths out. So here's the problem. This is actually 2 paths through the entrance, and I think that's why we're actually having an issue here. So if I hit align to grid... yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to work. Doesn't look like that's going to work. So essentially, if you're trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to get rid of it so there's none of those little, like, crazy little bumps in it. I just want a nice little straight line, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. So let's just go ahead and make a nice long straight line for the time being. You know, something along the lines like that. And essentially, this is going to be kind of the main pathway through our zoo. Now, the thing with zoos is zoos tend to have a little more of a roundabout, how should I say it, kind of a layout. Generally, it's not like, hey, main pathway, or like, hey, you're just going to follow this pathway all the way around to the zoo. It tends to have a bit, like, it's easy to kind of get lost in zoos and stuff like that. And so we're going to kind of try going with a little more of a creative style on this. I kind of like the parquet path. So ideally, what I would like to do is I would like to make a bear enclosure over here. But before we get there, let's see, cues. I don't know what the cues are for. Ooh, staff path. I wonder if only staff are allowed on the staff path. Probably. We might want to use that here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and lower this size a little bit. Let's get back to 4? Nah, 4's too small. Let's go back to 6. And so essentially, I think I kind of want to make our first little kind of a pathway through here. And we can lower the size just a little bit. Something like 3. Because I want this just a nice little curved path. You know, just kind of like... nice little, like, we're gonna have bears over here and stuff like that, and just, yeah, kind of do something a little more creative like this, and kind of go all the way over here, something along the lines like that. Yeah, I like that. I like the parquet path too. So now what I also want to have is I also want to kind of have a, and let's go, I think it's you if I remember. Yeah, can I just start or do I have to have the stairs? I apparently have to have the stairs. So what I want is, because we could go stairs here. Essentially, I want a viewing area above. Now, if we did stairs here, you know, I actually don't mind that because we can have a double view area here. Because we got this nice little kind of curve through here. So we'll take the enclosure right through here. And then we'll have a viewing area here. But then we'll also have the elevated viewing area. Oh, crap. I wanted that as straight line. So I'm going to go straight line here. And then what I want is I want to go align to grid. Yeah. And I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to go like that. And essentially, we're just going to have some viewing areas. And I know there's a better way to do this, but I hadn't quite figured it out yet. Like, I think there's actually a view path or something like that somewhere. But for now, we're just going to do a regular pathway. Like, I think it's actually under maybe facilities. I don't know where it is yet. Benches, transport rides. We can make a train ride. Viewing devices. Educational board, educational speaker, no. Small animal exhibits, no. Guest facilities, wouldn't be there. Staff facilities, maybe we have to build it ourselves. I mean, we could build it ourselves. I don't know exactly, like, would they just walk over here and view? We saw it with barriers, and then those are doors. Beds and shelters, heaters and coolers, food and water. Maybe it's something that you just have to unlock at some point. Yeah, I'm assuming maybe you just have to unlock it. What about here? Keeper hut, quarantine. Okay, utilities. I just want to look one more time. So that's bins, picnic benches, security. I don't know what's with security and security cameras. Yeah, I don't 100% know what that entails yet. Is there anything here for view? I'm just trying to see if there's any kind of view stuff. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, we'll keep that going for now. I think the other thing that we're going to go ahead and do is, actually, let's start with by building our barrier. Yeah, I like that. So let's do the wood logs. Trying to keep this very bearish. So we're going to kind of come here. I don't know how to curve the viewing or the barriers. I know you can curve them. I just don't know how to default the curves. So let's just kind of come like this. Something along the lines of here. And the cool thing about this is we can switch these at any time to glass, which is what we're going to end up doing. Probably, well, we're going to build the wood all the way through here, but then we're going to end up swapping it over for glass at some point. So something like this should be fine. Yo, where's my size? Length? Thank you. Let's go like 4. Let's go 5. You won't go 4. All right, let's go 2 then. Can we angle snap? Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Crap. Let's unangle snap and then let's just kind of put a curve here. I'll be fine. I just really want this to be right on the edge. And then let's angle snap you. You are why? I have no idea. I have no idea. So we're just going to go max length just to save us some time. This is actually a gigantic freaking enclosure now that I look at this. Maybe we want to put double enclosure here. Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe we want to go with a double enclosure because this is kind of giant. Kind of on the giant side. We're going to go like here through the trees. And yeah, something like that will be fine. I mean, that's pretty freaking big, man. That's pretty freaking big. I think I'm actually going to take you and kind of just go this way instead. So let's delete all of you. It's cool, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's necessary. So where was our curve? Where's our post? There's our post. And then, can I angle snap you, or are you going to be weird about this? You're going to be weird about it. I'm not quite sure what's going on with these angle snaps. Planet Coaster seemed to be a little bit better on some of this, but I might just be still new learning everything out. So then let's go delete you. Okay, so what we want to do then is we want to grab, I'm gonna double click this and I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this whole front, and we're gonna highlight that as well. And then I'm gonna highlight this up to here. And I wanna change all this to, we don't have glass yet, do we? Glass, boom. Yeah, so then this is a nice huge glass view, so people can basically just see the bear. We might need to raise it up a little bit, but not 100% sure on that. Let's go ahead and take our path and let's go ahead and delete some of this, because you don't need to go quite that far out. Something like that should be fine. Let's delete one more. And that one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because we don't need it all the way to the edge. Yeah, I like that. So, other thing we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to put a gate in, and so then this is gonna be a habitat gate. Let's do a wood gate. This is gonna be how our dudes actually enter the zoo, our zookeeper. And then we're gonna want a staff path. And let's go ahead and lower this because it doesn't need to be that big. Drop the length too. So something like this. Let's do this, and then let's go here. And we can go a little bit longer here. And we should go ahead and connect this staff path up to here. Okay. So now the plan is to put some of our facilities over here. And we need a bunch of different facilities through here. And so hopefully we can fit these guys. So we want to go staff facilities. Let's start with the zookeeper hut. Yeah, this will work. This will work. Where's the front? There's the front. Now the thing is, your people don't really, like your visitors don't really want to see these buildings. So eventually what we're going to want to do is kind of hide this stuff. And I mean, we got the pathway through there, but we're probably going to like build some barricades so that this is kind of behind so people can't actually see it. For now, I'm not as worried about it. The quarantine is a pretty big building. Let's go ahead and just kind of get this in here. Something like this. Dude, I love the grid system. It's so much nicer than what was in Planet Coaster, because you just never saw the grid in Planet Coaster. So it's kind of hard sometimes to actually get things straight. So Research Center is a small building. We can put you over on this side. Let's get you like somewhat close. Yeah, I mean, these don't have to be perfect. I mean, this is beta, so if we screw it up, you know, whatever. This is the staff building. This is a nice long building. Get you something like here. And curve you, just trying to get everything kind of perpendicular to the pathway. Something like that should be fine. It's close enough, at least. That might be a little too close together, but I mean, whatever. Whatever. It's not like they have windows. The trade center is where our animals arrive when we buy them, and where we can sell animals. So at any point, we can like basically freeze an animal and throw them in our trade center. So like, let's say we have the perfect age bear to sell. We can just go ahead and upload them to there, and they'll just never grow older. And then the veterinary surgery building, which seems kind of weird that we have to build it right away because we don't even have animals, but whatever. Whatever, who am I to knock? And then the workshop will fit right here. Beautiful. Yeah, this is going to be a kind of a nice little area for us. I like it. What? It was doing this to me earlier when we were playing. It was like building and then immediately not building. It's still beta. It's still beta. We're just going to keep saying that over and over again. The hell? What the hell? Something is really messed up. Oh, we had them perfect, and then that one screwed it all up. That one screwed it all up. Okay, so we got all those guys knocked out. That means theoretically, well, let's go ahead and hire some people too. I'm gonna go ahead and let's hire a caretaker. Yo, you can go there. Let's hire a keeper, and I don't know what a mechanic does. Let's hire a vet. Just early on, we might need those guys. Now, I wanted to see, what does the this research do? It gives you different themes and different habitats. Okay. Okay. Let's research, you need a mechanic. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, mechanic, go to research. And then... Aha! We figured it out. Boom. Haha. Suck it, everyone who said we wouldn't be able to figure it out. I literally have no idea about any of this. Like, what do we want to... Avian influenza? Sure, that sounds dangerous. I mean, we might as well research. If we're not doing anything else, we might as well go research. Okay, so now the question is, do we want to go ahead and try getting a bear? Yes, we do. Are we going to be able to get a bear? No idea. Let's go ahead and unpause the game. How do you pause in this game? Is it enter? Space? No? I forgot how to pause in this game. So, this is where we were having issues before. We were essentially, we can go here, we can say, hey, I want some black bears. There are a few black bears. Dude, the prices are so weird. Because, like, there were none earlier, and now there's a bunch. I also don't know what the time means. So let's see if we can buy this. Adopt. Connecting. Now, we only have 300 right now. So, I am on the internet. I'm on fiber internet. I definitely have internet. This is the problem I was having. Unable to buy stuff. Yeah. So, can't find access to the research center. What? 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 Things like right here. Do I have to open the buildings? Shouldn't. Research center small. Do I have to open? Oh, it doesn't have power. That's what we need. So facilities, let's pop over here to utilities and let's go get some transformer and get some power going. Yeah, that's gonna be helpful. Z. Something like this. Okay, now that it has power, they should not have the alert. There we go. So let's try once again, still trying to connect. Dude, I have no idea, man. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. I don't know if people are just buying it so quickly right now. We just have no opportunity. I don't know if it's because Frontier is in England and so we're just having issues trying to connect across the world. What about like a grizzly bear? I've not tried grizzly bears yet. They're kind of expensive, man. They're kind of expensive. Now, in Sandbox mode, apparently this isn't an issue. See, he's still here. So no one adopted him. So why won't you let me adopt him? Please? Please? We might have to save the adoption for episode 2. We might have to. Yeah, I'm thinking so. Well, let's go ahead and look at the bear. And we can start at least forming his terrain and stuff the way he wants it. Dude, man, we spent a lot of money already. Gosh. Okay, so natural habitat. They need grade 4 fence. Does that mean it has to be 4 size? Probably. Probably. Research status. You have to research stuff. They don't have interspecies. General information. I was kind of hoping. 950 meters square. Maybe it's something with the enclosure. Terrain, grass long. So land area is 4,100. Okay. And they needed what? 950. So we got a giant space compared to what they need. Good. They don't actually need any water, it looks like. And they kind of like it a little cold. And then they're temperate in taiga. Which, sure. And then what are these guys called? The black bear. So what we can do is we can come here into habitat. And we can go ahead and search it by the species. Like that. And we can see everything that they want. Or they would use. So we got a food tray small. We got a food tray large. Now what you want to do is you want to put your food tray near the glass where people can see it. It's kind of the plan. So we'll put a food tray there. I'm gonna do a water bowl like right here, and then I'm gonna do like a water pipe over here. And they apparently really like sleeping. That's a little big. I could build my own shelter, but I'm kind of not wanting to do that. I think that's just too much work. So we're just going to put something like back here. Yeah. And so then that's kind of like their sleeping spot. Let's move this back just a little bit. Make this a little more straight. Yeah, that works. What else do we got? Habitat. Bedding. Medium, large. Well, we'll put the bedding then inside here, obviously. Apparently not 3 of them. Since it sits on top of each other. Kind of feel like you should just be able to paint this on instead of paying money for it. But whatever. So now their bed's in there. I think that's fine. I mean, that's pretty much everything we can do in there. We have no enrichments for them. We have no food enrichments yet either. Are you going to let me buy a bear? We'll try one more time. Hi. I want my black bear, please. It's still there. Let's try adopting this one. Maybe you have to wait 31 minutes to adopt? That seems weird. Let's just not touch anything for a second and see if it buys the bear. Compare mates. See, I can't even do anything. I could compare mates that way. You're for sale. I don't know what that does. Change father. Oh, I see. You can compare a father and mother. Okay, I don't know what the pills do. Yeah, I don't know what the pills do. So it's still connecting. I'm really thinking they might be having issues with their servers, and or it has something to do with me being in America. Like the fact that I'm even clicking this, there's a delay on everything. And it's not my computer, and it's not my internet. So something's happening here. Come on, baby. I want you to work. Oh, his name's Simba. Come on, baby. We also had 0 issues when we were playing the offline, the tutorial mode. So there's definitely something else going on here. All right, let's try Fang. Last thing we're gonna do is from the Frontier Zoo. And we're just gonna leave it here for a second. Like, I wish I could like tab or do something. Yeah. So are people gonna walk up here and actually look at the bears? I mean, ideally I would get 2 bears in here. Now that's gonna pretty much use all my budget, which is probably okay. We'll maybe do like a little spider enclosure, you know, on the way over here. I also don't quite know how I want to do this. Maybe I'm just going to do a small little pathway through here. Since I don't quite know, like I want to basically make this its own viewing enclosure, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that. So yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to work today. So I don't know. I guess I'll have to come back tomorrow and see if I can get this working. For now, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, drop a like, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see in this. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, and share your support. I'll see you guys in a future episode. Bye, everybody.